Hi guys, and welcome to a chat about autism. I know a lot of you are autistic on my channel, and I want to talk to the majority that are on the spectrum, which is people that even do better than me. But this is not what the focus will be, is about how much better you do than me, or how much I do better than maybe someone else, because that's the problem. That's why I'm doing this video. Support needs seems to be an issue with some caregivers in the internet space for autism. And I take issue with that because of really protection of not myself, but my family and my partner, because it is a great disservice to them. When your caregivers in your life have had to work so hard that they've sacrificed time, they've given themselves stress. Autistic caregivers, it is not just non-verbals. It is not a competition on how hard any autistic parent's life is. It's just not. I think it's sick and twisted game that's being played. And I'm defending the parents. I'm defending my parents. I'm defending all of my caregivers that have to help me on my autism. It's not okay, because they have to step in and they have to assist me. They've had to sacrifice. People have to be paid to help me with things that I've had to work harder to be a person. And I will not allow people to say that that's just really, it's so kind of not autistic, really. That's ludicrous. And that's why we have the DSM-4, and then we have 5 now. Okay, the 4 was around for a long time. That's why I refer to that, because when I studied it, that was the one that was current. Now it's 5. There has been changes, but for autism, they have actually put the word Asperger's out, which is, like most people call it now, level 1 autism. And as we all know, that leveling autism is, even for the diagnoses, very hard. Diagnostics. I know I make up my own words. I'm autistic. And basically, they find it hard to get the number right. Sometimes you can be between 2 numbers too. And sometimes you can be a different number on different tasks in your life. It is complex. That's why they call it a spectrum. That's why you can't say it's like a continuum. You know, you're either mild, moderate, or severe. It's not black and white for even the diagnostics. Therefore, for a layperson to try and act like, well, I know it all, none of us do. We all have to respect the person that is an autistic, no matter where they are on the spectrum. And particularly this competitive thing, I think is doing harm. I think it's toxic. I think it's designed to profit financially. It's exploitation. It's what I would call just absolute downright competing in a, it's marketing. Just like a lot of us in Australia know that the NDIS can feel commoditized. I don't know if that's a word, but you know what I'm getting at. I think that's becoming the same with autism. Us autistics online are not here to be a commodity. We're not here to be a spectacle. That's why I put on my title the unfamous, or I didn't even know, the ones who are not famous autistics. They don't get the accommodations, the acceptance mainly. We don't get acceptance like the ones who are well-known, famous, okay? And that is a phenomenon that is created by social media. That's separate issue there. But what I'm talking about is when people try and make out autism can be judged by a layperson by looking at us, watching how we perform, even if it's including masking, which it normally does if we're a verbal, and that includes even, you know, people that are verbal, as in, if you want to put it that way, the lowest functioning verbal will still try and pretend to be as normal as possible, because it's human nature to want to fit in. It's human nature and instinct to be a social animal and want to fit in with people. Okay, it's instinctual. So an autistic will do it themselves, even without ABA that we've all sort of gone through. The repetition that has been taught to us painfully. The special education that, no, it's not just, hi, special education, you got a little bit of assistance and you're fine. No, I'm still not fine. I still look at things and go, oh, yeah, I got that wrong in year 5 as well. I'm still getting it wrong. I want to validate you if you've ever been made to feel like this by anyone online, because your autism is considered high functioning. I want to just validate you, and particularly the parents of the so-called high functioning. Okay, you've suffered sleepless nights, stress, therapies, even if you had to do it yourself. In my era, a lot of the parents were expected to do it themselves in Australia. My mum had to do a lot of work with me because there wasn't official therapies in Australia. Girls didn't have autism in my generation in Australia. They called me global developmental delay is what I was under, and intellectual developmental delay is what I was under. And they presumed that all my struggles was due to premature birth. So, because I'm a miracle baby, shouldn't be here, but I am. And my autism comes from 22q. And so I just want to defend, not myself, because I don't feel that people speaking that way, it doesn't rev me up. I think that people want it to be, because they're the argumentative type. It's not a competition. Autism isn't a competition, whether you're level 1, level 4. No one gives a shit, really. Okay? No one gives a shit. And especially if you're the caregiver going, I have it harder. What about the level 1 autistics that might have epilepsy? Do you think their parents can just chill? Do you think they can just switch off? Or do you think there's an extra stress? It is very hand in hand. Physical problems go hand in hand with autism. High percentage. 80% now in stats are ADHD as well. And I will not stand by and watch the caregivers like my mum and anyone else that had to caregive for me be absolutely, I've had it harder because my child did this many hours therapy. It took him until this age group of therapy. It's not a competition. My mum needed respite. She never got it. She never got it. I'm in the sit-up mode. Hang on. It's beeping, and my brain's gonna go explode. Okay, so I hope I'm making sense, and I hope that I'm giving people something to go on here, because I'm telling you, as an autism advocate, I will not shut up. I will speak loud and clear for carers. Stop saying it, because I think it's a hateful thing to do to the carers of those people. I think you're hateful. I think there's bad intentions in it. And then while you're doing it for your own money. And I think that's bad taste. Now, if you're on my autism list of recommendation channels, which I've got to add a few more on, by the way, the Wee Family is another good one, guys. I love watching them. they're just beautiful couple, and they have a beautiful daughter who is just, they are just, once again, another great parents for her. But what I'm trying to say is, it is disgusting to put down other parents of so-called high-functioning autistics. And it's very black and white with these people. It's you're low-functioning or high-functioning. And it's not like that. It's not like that. A high-functioning autistic might have so many struggles. You don't know. And some things are kept private for reasons of being a human and knowing boundaries. Now, I don't know them, but my parents taught me them. My caregivers have taught me them. My therapists have taught me them. My partner has taught me them, okay? Because it's not natural for me being an autistic. Sometimes I don't know where a boundary might be. And I'm 51. But mentally, in a lot of social aspects, I'm 18. I've been 51 years on the planet, but I'm mentally 18. So you put me in certain situations which you don't live with me. Trust me. Although that's why I only suit people that are quite immature, in the sense of immature, but not immature in the way of like, I don't, behave like an adult at any point and try and do the right thing. That's not what I'm talking about. Type of that's rebellion of a bad way. I'm talking about, I need people that are a little bit more can understand that you're not going to get out of me a 51-year-old mentality. That's stupid to think that. Yet people think through the camera that that's what they see. And I'm calling it out as bullshit. And I'm calling it out because I'm defending all of you with your feelings that some of you probably do get upset by it. And I've seen people get upset by it, being told you're high functioning, you don't have problems. My child's had all of these problems, you should be grateful. That's like cancer patients getting together and competing. It's sick. It's sick. And I won't tolerate it. So you're safe with me. I've never had it thrown at me, guys, but I'm just saying I will not tolerate it towards you or towards myself if it does come in the future, because, sadly, when your channel grows, so do the bullies. But, that's part of life. That is part of life. I'm used to bullies, don't worry. I'm very well versed in them because I'm autistic. And I've suffered a lot of bullying. But what I will say is, please just understand that to people who maybe are wanting to be mature about this topic, who want to learn how someone might feel about the other end of the coin of what people are saying when they do this rhetoric, I want to tell you this. Think of those parents behind that have suffered sleepless nights, stress, worrying about how are they going to get their child educated. How is their child going to survive for the rest of their life? How are they going to look after their child in adulthood? How is their child going to function when they get to adulthood and they see them not coping? And all the stress that's with an autistic child that you go through, where you say, my child has high needs. All autistic children are high needs. All, even level 1. Just because some parents make it look easy, that is more about maybe they are more efficient at running things. That's okay. Everyone has their strengths. Some people have tidy houses and some people don't. That's not what we should judge. Should we? We should judge and give credit to every autistic parent and caregiver and guardian and high five them all. Because every single one of them, and I know every single person that perceives me as high functioning, I feel sad for every single caregiver that's had to work their ass off, which is my mother mainly, and then my partner trying to educate things, let alone the therapies I've had to do. I'm offended. and the stresses I still go through being autistic, of not fitting into the world still. Because you think that those that appear to be high function, we fit in. You're what's the saying they say for it? You're seeing what you want to see. You're hearing what you want to hear. And it's just, there's no validity to your theory, to your hypothesis, so to speak. There's none. And I think that all of you autistics out there, whether you're level 1, 2, 3, 4, you will all back me up on this, I bet. Not saying that I'm trying to create a competition here, but I'm trying to say you should be validated for the battles that you've done, the battles that your family's done, any of your caregivers have done to get you where you are today. Doesn't matter about the spectrum or where you sit. It is a disgusting game. It is turned into a marketing ploy to say, well, I'm suffering the most, so feel sorry for me. Give me more money and followers and fame. And it's a sick game. And it's sad. I think it would make Jesus sad. That's not what he wants from us, guys, including through the internet. The internet is meant to bring us all closer together and support each other no matter what. Okay? It doesn't matter what the other family that you're judging is. If their child has autism and your child has autism, you should be embracing together. And if you're not, that is competitive behavior that is unhealthy in my eyes, because everyone's worthy. And autism is a developmental disorder, and it is a tough gig for parents. And when you say what you say, that's where the pain is. I can flick it off because it's always been like that for me. People always misjudge until they see me like struggle and they go, oh, yeah, no, she's different. I feel sad for my mother, who suffered hard work just for me. Okay, compared to my brother, a breeze. I'll walk in the park. Me, she's like, every day. Okay, don't you tell me that she hasn't suffered by having a autistic child like me, because you're looking at me now and going, there's nothing wrong with you. There's something wrong with my child. There is something wrong with all of us autistics. It is a disability, even though we all call it our superpower as well. So, for the final note on this, it's not a competition. I validate every autistic child, adult child, and caregiver. Especially if you're making the effort to make that person become a person of their best abilities and reach their potential, whatever that may be. Because we all peak at some point, and we're all different. And I think it's a sick competition that some are playing. Some have called people out direct. I'm not going to, because I don't play with evil people. I don't, but they exist. And evil games like this one, it's not okay with me. But don't get me wrong. Don't twist my words with this reading between the lines, which so many people do as neurotypicals. Let me clarify. If you have a non-verbal autistic that's high needs, of course it's going to be more difficult. So I want to clarify that. Okay? So let's just keep this in perspective. Thanks. Because the struggle is real. And to all of you autistics out there who've worked hard to be who you are, pat yourself on the back. And to all you caregivers, thank you from the bottom of my heart as an autistic for doing that. We are not easy. It's not our fault. It is not our fault, even that we're not easy now. Some of us, and to be honest, this so-called high functioning where there's just no needs needed at all almost, it's like, are you autistic? Really? At all? If there is no struggle, is there autism? That's my question. Because all of you with autism know that you have struggles in all different areas because we're all different. So there is only one answer to this. You're either autistic or you're not. That's it, in my eyes. The rest of it is just a marketing, rubbish, disgusting pathway, which I think is so harmful to the caregivers of so-called high-functioning autistics. I think it's nasty. And I'm defending my own mother who raised me for 18 years. I don't think she deserves to be treated as if like she did not have an autistic child, because I'm so neurotypical as far as this person's concerned. It's just bullshit. Seriously, that is so invalidating to my mum. I won't have it. And I'm sure you as an autistic wouldn't have it if you've got parents that have had to help you with your autism, let alone the hard work that you've done on your autism to fit into this world that's not made for us. And I'm so sorry that people that are out there that say such evil things. It is an evil thing to say. It's an evil thing to try and act like, but your autism's so high functioning, it's pretty much like you don't have it. You either have it or you don't. There is no, okay? So anyway, I hope this offers validation to those that do get affected by these people, because I want to make sure the truth is out there. Truth matters. Truth matters. Look at the DSM-5, by the way. You can look at 4, but 5 is the modern one. Everything I'm saying is fact. And I think someone else needs to really look at the hypothesis and do a scientific study on it and realize that it's a stupid one, that there's just no validity in it. Certainly wouldn't be peer reviewed and found over and over and over again, because like I said, you either have autism or you don't. And exploiting other people to make the point is even more gross. That's really gross. It's kind of shocking, actually. But like I said, I'm not calling out this person because I don't like to. I'm using this as a case study, and I don't want to hurt people, even though they are hurting probably a lot of people with their rhetoric. But I don't want to hurt this person back, because I'm just not that kind of person. But I want the truth out there, because I know a lot will get hurt by it. It's not okay. Your struggle is real. It's valid. Your ongoing struggles and your caregivers' struggles as well, more importantly, that have been with us since we were little, okay? Struggling, probably like depressed, crying, okay? Worried about us. How are we going to fit into this world? We're not speaking, we're not doing this, we're not doing that. The fear they must have experienced. Don't invalidate our parents. How dare you? It's disgusting. And I won't have it. So, this is me defending family, because that's what you do. Isn't it, Jesus? He agrees with me. So, take care, guys. And don't let people invalidate your experience. Because, lucky for us, facts are facts. The science is in on that one. I studied psychology. It is a science. The studies are pretty clever how they're done. Okay? It's all good. So, your struggle is real and it matters. And the struggle your parents went through, or any of your caregivers, matters, including special education teachers. Thank you to all of you. I love you all.